Hello, students. Welcome back. In our previous session, we learned about hydrogen and oxygen, their preparation, properties, and uses. Today, we will study two more important gases, nitrogen and carbon dioxide, and then understand two key chemical processes called oxidation and reduction. Nitrogen is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas that makes up about 78% of Earth's atmosphere. It was discovered by Daniel Rutherford in 1772. Nitrogen does not support burning or respiration and remains chemically inactive at ordinary temperatures. That is why it is often called an inert gas.
Madam, may I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
If there is so much nitrogen in the air, why can't we breathe it directly?
Good question. Our body cannot use nitrogen in its free form. Living organisms need it in combined forms like nitrates and proteins. In nature, bacteria in soil and lightning convert nitrogen gas into useful compounds in a process called nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen can be prepared in the laboratory by heating a mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium nitrite. The reaction is spoken as ammonium chloride plus sodium nitrite gives sodium chloride, water, and nitrogen gas. The nitrogen gas formed is collected over water since it is only slightly soluble. Industrially, nitrogen is obtained by fractional distillation of liquid air. Air is first cooled until it becomes liquid and then slowly warmed. Because nitrogen boils at -196 degrees Celsius, it evaporates before oxygen, leaving oxygen behind. This way, pure nitrogen is collected. Nitrogen is chemically inert under normal conditions. However, at high temperatures, it can react with oxygen to form nitric oxide. We say N2 plus O2 gives to NO. This nitric oxide further reacts with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide, spoken as 2NO plus O2 gives to NO2. These reactions are important in the formation of acid rain and in the industrial production of nitric acid. Now that we know the basic properties of nitrogen, let's see how this otherwise inert and quiet gas suddenly becomes reactive under certain conditions. Nitrogen usually doesn't react at room temperature. It's like that calm student who sits silently in the corner. But under high pressure and high temperature, it becomes a topper in chemistry. Reaction 1. Formation of ammonia, Haber process. First reaction, nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to form ammonia. The equation goes like this. N2 plus 3H2 gives to NH3. This reaction needs around 450 degrees Celsius temperature, around 200 atmospheres of pressure, and iron as a catalyst. The Haber process is essential for manufacturing fertilizers. Reaction 2. Formation of nitrides, reaction with metals. Next, nitrogen reacts with reactive metals, forming compounds called nitrides. Example, nitrogen reacts with magnesium to form magnesium nitride. Mg plus N2 gives Mg3N2, balanced form.
Madam, may I ask a question? Why do we need high pressure?
Good question. Both nitrogen and hydrogen are gases. Increasing pressure pushes them closer, forcing them to react faster, like packing students tightly into a lift until they start making conversations. Nitrogen is used to manufacture ammonia, which is then used for fertilizers such as urea and ammonium nitrate. Liquid nitrogen serves as a coolant because it is extremely cold. It is also used to create an inert atmosphere in food packaging and in chemical industries to prevent oxidation. Now let's study carbon dioxide. It is a colorless, odorless gas present in air in small amounts, around 0.04% by volume. It is released during respiration, combustion, and fermentation. Plants use it during photosynthesis to make food and release oxygen.
Madam, may I ask a question?
Yes.
If carbon dioxide is produced so much, why does its quantity in the air stay almost constant?
Good observation. The rate of carbon dioxide production by animals and industries is balanced by its absorption by green plants in photosynthesis. That is why its level remains nearly constant. In the laboratory, carbon dioxide is prepared by adding a dilute acid to marble chips or calcium carbonate. We say calcium carbonate plus to HCl gives calcium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide gas. Since carbon dioxide is heavier than air, it is collected by the downward delivery method. Carbon dioxide is about 1.5 times heavier than air and slightly soluble in water, forming a weak acid called carbonic acid. It does not support burning and is used to extinguish fire. When carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, the lime water turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate, a simple test for carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide reacts with alkalis such as sodium hydroxide to form sodium carbonate. We can say 2NaOH plus CO2 gives Na2CO3 plus water. At high temperatures, it can decompose to form carbon monoxide and oxygen. It is widely used in fire extinguishers, carbonated drinks, and as dry ice for refrigeration since solid carbon dioxide changes directly into gas without melting.
Madam, can breathing too much carbon dioxide be harmful?
Yes. A high concentration of carbon dioxide can cause suffocation because it displaces oxygen in the air. Good ventilation is always important. Let us discuss oxidation and reduction. In chemistry, oxidation means adding oxygen to a substance or removing hydrogen from it. Reduction is the opposite. It means adding hydrogen or removing oxygen. These two always occur together, and such reactions are called redox reactions. When magnesium burns in oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. We say 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO, magnesium is oxidized. Now consider copper oxide heated with hydrogen. We speak it as CuO plus H2 gives Cu and H2O. Copper oxide is reduced to copper and hydrogen is oxidized to water. Both occur together. Another example is zinc reacting with copper oxide. We say Zn plus CuO gives ZnO and Cu. Here, zinc is oxidized to zinc oxide and copper oxide is reduced to copper. Madam, why can't oxidation or reduction happen alone? That's a very important question. If one substance loses oxygen, another must gain it. So oxidation and reduction are like two sides of the same coin. These reactions take place in many natural and industrial processes, for example, respiration in our body, photosynthesis in plants, rusting of iron, and the working of batteries and fuel cells. Today, we learned about nitrogen, its inert nature, preparation methods, and uses in fertilizers and industry. Then we studied carbon dioxide, its preparation, properties, and role in fire extinguishers and photosynthesis. Finally, we understood oxidation and reduction, how one substance gains oxygen while another loses it. These concepts explain many changes that happen around us every day. In the next part, we will learn about materials used in making soap, glass, ink, paper, cement, paints, safety matches, and gunpowder. That's all for today. Jai Hind.